Welcome back to another episode of If I Were A, and we've been promising to bring you this one for a while. If I were an insurance broker. Now, I have to disclose that my previous life, I was in the insurance industry, but I certainly don't proclaim to be an expert in being an insurance broker, albeit I am qualified to be one. Having said all of that, what I do understand is social media and marketing, and that is what I'm here to talk about today. So, if I were an insurance broker during this climate, what would I be doing? First and foremost, LinkedIn is your platform. That is where you should be living. That is where you should be posting and commenting, and that is where you should be getting involved. So if you are looking to use social media for the benefit of your business, that is where you want to be. What should you be doing on LinkedIn? Well, as a contributor, you should be finding business relevant posts, so from businesses that you want to engage with or who you'd like to do business with, industries, and jump on and comment. Don't comment about insurance broking. Don't comment about anything to do with insurance. Just participate in the community. That will help grow your insurance brokerage if you own one, or certainly help with building a personal brand that will allow you to then engage with potential customers in the future. In terms of the content that we'd be producing, it's a little bit concerning to see a lot of sales-based scare type content being produced, particularly around the increased threat of cybercrime. Understanding that with more people working from home, there is an elevated threat to businesses in terms of using platforms like Zoom and other meeting-based platforms to conduct your business during the day. But what you need to be doing is not telling people that there's an increased threat and that they need to contact you to get information about cyber coverage. You need to be explaining to them what cyber coverage is, what potential exposures they face, and then allowing people to come to their own conclusion about the fact that they may need coverage. The posts of someone breaking into a computer and you need cyber insurance and all that sort of stuff, it just, in my mind, doesn't portray the right message about what you're trying to do. You're trying to tell people that they've got an exposure and that's your job, but doing it in a sales manner of quick, you need cyber insurance and you should contact us is not the right way to go about it. Offer the advice for free, and general advice you can offer, and obviously you need to be transparent in telling people that it's general advice, and then invite them, if they do have questions, to ask questions, and that way you can get in contact with them and have that conversation and potentially turn it into personal advice should they require it. One other thing, and it's a little bit difficult to do in this environment, but it's certainly something that I would be doing if I was a broker longer term, and you can do it in a way now, is you need to tell people what you actually do. So we all understand that we need an insurance broker, but I'm not sure a lot of people understand why they need an insurance broker. So insurance in itself is not a product that people see benefit in until they have a claim. And I know that goes without saying, but a lot of people don't realize that. So on the front end, when you're trying to get insurance, you want to pay the least amount possible because it's a grudge spend. The only time it's not a grudge spend is when your building burns down or your business gets interrupted, and then the insurance company hopefully will help you. Your job in that is the mediator to represent the client and improve what result they get and make sure they're covered properly. That's what you need to be explaining to people. So right now is a great opportunity for you to do that and maybe take people through the day that you're going through at the moment, working remotely, what it is that you're doing, how you're conducting risk analysis when you can't necessarily go out to a client's premises, renewals, what processes are you going through now, how they differentiate from what you would normally do with a client, and how you're making risk assessments, particularly if you're getting new business, how you're conducting those risk assessments that you're required to do. That will show people, particularly if you do it in industries that you're targeting, and I keep saying industries that you're targeting because it has to be contextual. So if you're looking to grow your business in a particular sector, you need to make content that will interest people within that sector. So maybe you talk about managing risk within a certain type of business or a certain type of industry. And that way you will get interaction from people outside of the insurance industry, because they're not your customers, who might want to then engage with you on the basis that you are an expert in what you do. So the last tip that I'll give you is to be as genuine as you can. Don't go on there and talk about your awards. Don't go on there and show off what you've done. nobody cares. You need to be genuine and say, this is why I got into insurance, because I like helping people understand exposures they may not see, or I love the risk management process, or whatever it might be. You need to speak about that, not about awards and things that you've won, because as I said, nobody cares. So what I would be doing, producing content, videos, pictures, written word around what it is that you're doing now, how you conduct your job, what your job is, why you add value to a client, and produce as much content around that on LinkedIn as you can. In terms of introducing yourself to new clients, just engage on LinkedIn in conversations, and you will find that you will connect with people who you can then ultimately do business with. So that's my strategy. If I were an insurance broker, that's what I would be doing right now to position our business well for post-COVID-19, and that's what I would continue to do into the future as well. If you've got an industry or a business that you would like us to cover, we will continue to produce these, so send me an email, Stuart, Stuart, at fergusongroupmedia.com, and I'll have a look into your industry and bring you some feedback on how we would market your business in the current environment using social media. Thanks for watching.